Welcome to First Draft Problems. I'm going to talk about common first draft mistakes when it comes to the theme of the story. Let's do it. Welcome to the Independent Film School. I'm Thier. When it comes to mistakes around theme, the most common one by far is there being so many themes. And this is something that newer writers are particularly vulnerable to, where you are writing your first script or you're early on in that process of writing, and you want your script to be about everything. It's the sun and the moon, and it's about anger issues, and it's about their parents, and it's about their childhood, and it's about wanting to be a ballerina, and it's about self-hate, and it's about a broken relation. Oh my God. So less is more almost always when it comes to screenwriting, and I would venture to guess when it comes to storytelling across the mediums. If your story is about everything, it's going to be about nothing. It's mud. It's all the colors together turn into mud. So you're going to have to pick the color. It's okay. You can address other themes in other stories. But you want to know what theme, what is the key issue that your story is about. It's kind of like writing a musical composition. You got to pick your key. And then all the harmonies and everything that happens in the music is going to be in that key. So everything in your story, your main characters, your supporting characters, your subplots, your main plot, everything is going to hang around that one single theme, the one idea. Is this story about loneliness? Is this story about being afraid of commitment? About being afraid of success? About being afraid to fight? Is it about pushing things under the carpet? Is it about being in denial? What is the story about? Pick one thing. The next three mistakes are really one, but I'm going to address them as three different mistakes because I like to cheat. We're on to number 2, yes, is where you've picked your theme, but the opening of the story has nothing to do with it. So whatever theme you picked out, you want to open the story, boom, on that theme. You don't have to reveal the main character yet. We don't have to know the main plot yet. But the theme is embedded is woven into the very fabric of the story. It's in every scene. So if your story is about being afraid to fight, and maybe it's about dad organizing a union at work, your story could begin with little Joey playing marbles, but we're going to see Joey being afraid to fight, or we're going to see Joey, start fights needlessly, but it's going to have something to do with the fear of a fight. Okay. Mistake number 3, related, is where the meat of your story, the main journey of it, does not address the theme. I've seen this, where you establish a theme in the beginning, very clearly laid out at the end, but the bulk of the actual story of what happens between the beginning and the end, we don't see somebody who's afraid to fight or whatever the theme is. That's mistake number 3. And mistake number 4, related. I'm going to let you guess. Want to guess? The ending. The ending does not pertain to the theme. So you have a beginning that's all about whatever the theme is. Let's say being afraid to fight. We have a whole journey. Dad's trying to organize a union at work, but he's afraid to fight. And then the ending is about, being open-hearted with his wife. And it's like, okay, that belongs as a subplot. If it's the main story, then let's see that. But we have to bring that into the theme here. So even if it is a subplot, how is being afraid to fight hurt the relationship with the wife? Maybe he does sweep everything under the carpet because he's afraid to broach things. But I'm getting into mental gymnastics here. The point is, the ending has to be where we see him head to head with the fear of fighting. All right? So your story is about one thing, and how the story begins how the story progresses, how the story ends, will all pertain to that one theme. And now I'm going to end with a little tip when it comes to themes. You could categorize it as a mistake. I'm a little reticent to do it, but it would be fair to say. I want to encourage you to put real thought into the theme that you choose to explore in your story. What a lot of newer writers do is make the mistake of just kind of making that choice and then devoting a whole lot of time to a story that's built around that choice and not taking the time to really think about that choice. As an artist, you are gifting your mind, your heart, your perspective to the rest of us. Your writing is a gift to us. And I want you to think of it that way. What kind of a gift would you like to share with us? I used to write about things that pained me. And while it's genuine and it's useful, and often people feel less alone when they see someone else's pain, everything changed in my career when I shifted from what pains me to what heals me. So I'm addressing the same pain, but I think in terms of what's going to heal that pain. So I could, let's say I'm addressing the theme of loneliness. I can write about a lonely person and show how lonely they are and share how lonely I feel. Or I can tell a healing story about the power of friendship or how a certain type of relationship heals loneliness. And when you think about your theme in terms of what will heal you rather than a venting session where you're kind of just venting what hurts you, you end up healing your audience. And your audience is going to keep coming to you for that healing. So one way to think about it is if you're a parent, what kind of stories would you want your children to get to enjoy? And if you're not a parent, if you were one, what kind of stories? It doesn't have to be children's stories, but I'm talking about what kind of stories will build someone up and heal them rather than rub in the hurt. Just a thought. All right. Comment below if you have thoughts about any of that. I'd be curious to hear. All right. Thanks for your work. You've subscribed to my channel. You love these videos. It's time for that 90-minute masterclass where I help you eliminate writing blocks and arrive at your best screenplays. Join me at theindependentfilmschool.com. Link is below, and I'll invite you to my training. It is absolutely free. I'll see you there.